Hey everybody, welcome to part 10 of our Kingdom Hearts Final Mix Let's Play. When you get to the next part, there will be something in there about having some audio issues with this part. This is actually the second time that I'm recording the Atlantica section. So I am going to try to replicate the first recording as closely as I can to make sure that we don't miss anything, because this is meant to be a 100% playthrough. I want to cover everything in the game in it. So, I mean, since I just recorded it for the first time a few hours ago, memory's still pretty fresh. We shouldn't miss anything. So, that being said, the next world on our journey is Atlantica. We're going from the belly of the beast to something's definitely fishy here. And with that being said, let us once again dive to the heart and just dive on in. So, well, I think I already... Okay, we'll do this again, even though I did it in part 9 already, but like I said, this is a re-recording, so I probably missed a few things getting set up to do the reshoot. So, like we saw in part 9, or part 8 maybe. I know in the original recording we opened this up after Agrabah, so this should have already been opened up. That's my bad. So up here, we can actually open these chests. I thought they were just there as decorations and belonged to the Moogles, but look at that, we got some more pups, and somewhere up here is our 10th postcard. So we have all 10 of the postcards now, so let's go and get our rewards. So once you have them all, you don't have to wait till you have all 10, I just chose to do it that way because it's easier for me. So go over to the mailbox here in the first district. It's going to tell you to send 10 postcards to win something. First one gets you a cottage, mithril shard, mega potion, mega ether, mithril, elixir, mega elixir. Whoops. Don't vandalize the mailbox like I did. Or a Chalcum. AP up. And defense up. So, pretty decent items just for mailing some postcards out. Alright. So now, let's head on out the door and go for a swim. So we're going to warp over to where Monstro is. Oh, so the worlds where we've sealed the keyholes have the keyhole symbol right next to them. Olympus Coliseum we haven't sealed yet, but we'll get there eventually. Now, Monstro is not really his own world. He just escaped his world when it was taken by the Heartless, so there is no keyhole inside the giant whale. So let's warp here. After you enter the world for the first time, it is completely random whether or not he shows up here again. Usually he'll show up when you don't want him to, and then when you want him to, good luck finding him. And see, I really didn't want him to show up, and there he is. But what's cool is, this time, we can just hit the save point and get right back out of here. Alright, so we're going to head over to this battle level 5 world. This is Atlantica. we are reaching the point where everything in the game is doing a lot more damage, even though we are really pretty over-leveled for where we are right now. But, I mean, we are playing on the hardest difficulty, so it's not supposed to be a cakewalk.
Okay, guys, prepare for landing.
Land where? In the sea? We'll drown.
Not with my magic, we won't. Just leave it to me.
Come on, Sebastian!
Ariel, wait! Slow down! Don't leave me behind!
Oh, relax, Sebastian. They don't look like one of them. Right, Flounder?
I don't know. There's something weird about them.
What do you mean? They do seem a little different. Where are you from?
We're from kind of far away. And we're not really used to these waters.
Oh, I see. In that case, Sebastian can show you how we swim around here.
Ariel! King Triton will not like this!
Oh, don't worry.
Easy for you to say. Okay, it's time you learn how to swim properly. So, swimming controls really aren't too different. It's just analog stick still moves you around. But if you want to go like higher towards the surface, press the B button or circle button if you're using a PS4 controller. To get closer to the ground, it's going to be the X button, or if you're using a PS4 controller, it's going to be the square button. Practice swimming with Flounder. Try to tag him. Alright, begin. Now, it's not consistent, but if you're moving towards something while you have it targeted, you should actually automatically adjust to the level that you're on. See, we're moving right down towards him. We don't have to even press a button to do it. Like I said, it doesn't work 100% of the time. And I think at some point, or many points, I've kept referring to this as L targeting. I'm getting confused with Ocarina of Time. It is still the R button to target in this game. On the Xbox controller, it's the right bumper. On the PS4 controller, it's the R1 button. So that's my bad for playing too many games at once. So we're just going to keep on chasing Flounder around until they decide we pass the tutorial. So right now it's not working, so we'll just press square and it brings us right down to him.
Good job! Now let's move on to self-defense!
Sebastian!
Eh? Class is over! Good luck!
Alright, so we've got some pretty cool battle music for this world. We've got some pretty cool looking underwater Heartless. Alright, 1 second. Okay. So the only thing worth mentioning as far as self-defense in this world, since we already know how to defend ourselves, is because of the underwater controls, you cannot use the guard ability. Those creatures chased us here. Oh no, those monsters might be heading for the palace too. We'd better head back right away. But what if we run into more on our way back? I'm sorry, but we need your help. Please come to the palace with us. The trident markers on the walls point the way there. We won't get lost as long as we follow them. Okay, let's get going. There's only one Trinity in this world, and we cannot use it till later, so we're going to swap Goofy out for Ariel. And we're going to hit this save point here because we have a little ways to go before the next one. So, the reason my save file's way down here at 95 is because this is a redo for this recording because of an audio issue earlier. Alright, so let's head towards the palace, pick up some neat stuff along the way. So in this world, there are a few treasure chests, but for the most part, all the treasures are in these clamshells instead. You've got to remember which ones you open because they don't disappear and they don't stay open like the treasure chests do. So the regular colored ones you just open with regular attacks. These ones, so this one's red, so we have to open it with fire magic. And maybe it'll let us take the item.
Come on!
Now the standard treasure chest rules apply. You can't open them while there are enemies present.
Come on!
Fairly sure that's the one that we just opened. But let's be sure. Oh, nope. Okay, so... Oh, I missed that one on my first run through. I'll have to go back and get it later. So this upwards current doesn't do anything for us right now, but it'll make a nice little shortcut later. Alright, so now that the Heartless are gone, that will open. I think is there one more here? Did I get that one yet? Maybe not. Okay, yeah, we did. Alright, don't mind me. Alright, so that should be everything in this area. should be one more hidden in an alcove somewhere. Let's see if we can find that one.
Come on!
Okay, so that just took us back around to the save point. Alright, so there is supposed to be one more shell that's in an alcove. We already got that one. No, that's not where we want to go. So that's the entrance, so let's go check over here. It should be somewhere. Should be somewhere around here. According to the old guide, I guess they're considering this to be an alcove. There's supposed to be 6 of these shells in here, so let's make sure we got them all. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4 over there. 5 down below. Okay, yeah, we did get them all. Alright, my bad. Again. Alright, so we can move on to the next area now. Alright, so when we swim into the current, we gotta go to the next cavern down. So stay close to the wall and try to get right in between those trident markers. Your best bet's just to swim right past these guys, because if you get knocked into that current, it's going to take us right back to the starting area. Just swim right over here to the undersea cave. Okay, so we saw this in deep jungle, but we couldn't do anything with it. So if you see 3 of these guys in the same area, all just frozen, they want you to cast stop on them.
Here!
They'll drop some MP balls. And what happens is, when you get the 3rd one, we will see another of the final mixed version exclusive Heartless, the Pink Agaricus. So this guy wants to play a fun little game, where you cast stop and whack him in the head as many times as you possibly can before the spell wears off. He does drop an exclusive synthesis material, and then an accessory if you can get 100 hits. To the best of my knowledge, getting 100 hits is not possible in this world, but just so you can see how it works, we'll try it anyway. So cast stop, and then just start wailing on it with everything you've got. We're only going to get like 10, maybe 15 hits here tops.
Come on!
So 13 hits. So he did give us a potion, you know, as a little consolation prize. Alright, let's get this while we're here. Sometimes the item pickups can be a little finicky just because of the underwater mechanics. Just, you know, keep circling around and it'll cooperate eventually. Alright, so let's follow the trident markings up to the next area. Alright, so we're already pretty close to the palace, and there are a ton of Heartless in this area. And a few more treasure clamps to open up.
This should help.
So this one has a blue tint to it, so we can open it with Blizzard Magic. Like I said, just swim around till it registers you collecting the item. There should be another one right here. More Heartless on the way.
Come on!
Alright, so this one's just a regular. And I think there's... let's see. So that right there is the way to the palace. We're just going to pop over here real quick first, because there's another item hidden over here. It's a nice, quiet, peaceful little area. No Heartless. Just an item. Alright. So let's go back out to the undersea gorge, and we will just pop right over to the palace.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
So this is the only Trinity in this world, and we don't get the ability to activate the White Trinities until much later in the game, almost towards the end. So there are a few more treasures here to pick up. So, just like the other two colored ones, this one is yellow, so we need to use thunder to open it. And that is everything here, so let's head towards the palace, which looks absolutely beautiful.
Someone please!
Come on!
That was too close. As long as I have my trident, I will not tolerate those creatures inside this palace.
Daddy?
Oh, Ariel! When will you listen? It's dangerous out there. Strange creatures lurk outside.
Behold, you swim before the ruler of the seas, His Majesty King Triton.
And who are they?
They helped us fight off those creatures.
They don't look familiar.
We're from an ocean very far away.
Yup, we came to find the keyhole.
The what?
What's that?
Well, it's a...
There's no such thing, certainly not here.
But Daddy...
Ariel, not another word. You are not to leave the palace. Is that clear? Perhaps I'm being too strict. I'm just concerned for her safety.
Of course, Your Majesty. But I must admit, now I'm quite curious about this keyhole.
That need not concern you, Sebastian. Have you anything to report?
Just as you suspected, Your Majesty, they seem to be coming from Ursula's grotto.
I knew it. That sea witch is up to no good again. A sea exile from the palace has taught her nothing.
Yes, she poses serious danger.
And I told you to keep Ariel away from such danger, did I not?
Your Majesty, please,
So as you can see, Triton's usually pretty angry, but I mean, if I was raising 7 teenage daughters at once, I would be beyond angry. I'd be in a straitjacket. So here's another save point, which there's only a few of them in this world. fact, for the next few worlds, there's only a few save points, but they are really pretty small worlds. It's just a matter of taking the time to find everything. Alright, so we mentioned the keyhole to his royal fishness, and he got all uppity about it, so he's obviously not going to help us out. So I could have come into this world equipped with a Keyblade that does more damage, but I mean, you do use magic a little bit more in this world with the chests and all the healing, and then we have a pretty magic-heavy boss fight coming up too, which is why I opted to go with the Spellbinder setup. Because, oh, come to my grotto. I want to show you something. There it is. See? So, before we go in there, let's hop on the dolphin for a minute. So, he doesn't do anything for you in this area, but if you don't do this now, the dolphin won't show up in the other area, and we need it to show up in the other area. So like I was saying, I went with the Spellbinder build because, to me, magic is just the better way to go in this world, and if it means getting up a little bit of strength, that's not really a huge deal. Look at all the wonderful things Flounder and I've collected. I think it's all from the outside world. Someday I'm going to see what's out there. I want to see other worlds. Does that sound strange? No, not at all. I used to feel the same way. Used to? I mean, I still do. Hey, why don't we try looking for that keyhole you were talking about? But your father said... Oh, he treats me like a little girl. He never wants to let me do anything. He just doesn't understand. Alright, so Sebastian's sitting there, and he's probably going to go rat us out. So we've got a couple things in here that we can grab.
Come on!
So, some of these crates are supposed to drop, like, items and stuff, but I figure since we're playing on proud mode, the game's not gonna make it too easy. So just look around here, go level by level until you find the other chests. There's 2 up here, plus the one that we opened on the ground. There should be one more that has a torn page for Merlin's book. There it is. Just look around up here. Alright. That's everything here, so let's go look for that keyhole.
Those impudent fools will never find the keyhole. But the girl could prove useful, and I've got the Heartless on my side. Triton, my old friend, your day is coming.
Alright, so Sebastian's not the only one spying on us.
Come on!
Look at that. We just witnessed the miracle of birth. Alright, so we are going to head back towards the start of the world. Pretty close to where we first entered. And this time we can just hop right up here. Swim right up here. So this will take us back to the valley. And what we need to do now is find the dolphin. But we gotta clear out all the Heartless first, because the dolphin has the same interaction rules the treasure chest. It will not. You can't do it unless the area is clear of enemies. Even though the dolphin can easily outswim the Heartless.
This should help.
So we're just gonna clear this area out right here, and then wait for the dolphin to come by so we can grab on. In the hopes that nothing else spawns.
Fire!
Oh, yep, saw that coming.
Come on!
Alright, so let's just wait. He should be swimming by. There he is. I think they got rid of that Heartless just in time. Good job, team. Alright, so now this dolphin is going to take us to an area that we cannot access otherwise. Because we do not have the ability to swim through those currents right now, but in about 10 minutes or so we should. Alright, so now we're in the sunken ship area. Alright, so we have this rock with a creepy eel symbol on it. There is a switch behind this wreckage, but we cannot get to it. Now what we should be able to get to is a couple more treasures out here. Yep, there's one. Alright, so now we can venture inside the ship. And that can't be good. Alright, so first things first, let's clear out this mess.
Come on!
Alright, so let's get that chest. Now let's get this one. Oh no, it's a shark! So, he is going to be, its shape reminds me of something. Why, yes, it does. Obtain Crystal Trident. So, if we remember correctly, there was a trident-shaped indent in Ariel's grotto, so we're going to head back there. And when we get out of the ship, old Shark Teeth up there is going to be waiting for us. But with the levels we're at, he's not going to be much of a threat. Alright, so we knocked his butt out. So there is always a chance he'll respawn even if you beat him. He never completely goes away, but he gives you items every time you beat him. So, alright. So we got the Crystal Trident. And now, if we go over here and take this way out, this is going to give us a neat little shortcut. So now we can go right back to the grotto and see about that keyhole.
Ariel, you've disobeyed me again. I told you not to leave the palace.
Daddy, no! How could you?
Young man, you're not from another ocean. You're from another world, aren't you?
Huh?
Then you must be the key bearer.
How did you know?
You may fool Ariel, but you can't fool me. You don't know your dorsal fin from your tail. As the key bearer, you must already know one must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
Of course I know that, but
You have violated this principle. The key bearer shatters peace and brings ruin.
Oh, Sora's not like that.
I thank for saving my daughter, but there is no room in my ocean for you or your key.
My, the poor child suffers such deep sorrow. What a pity. If only there was something we could do. Wait, maybe she can be of some help. Yes, maybe she can be of some help to you.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, she would surely help you. She'd make all your dreams come true. Ursula can help.
You cold, my dear?
You're Ursula. Well, I was just wondering if...
It's all right. Helping others is what I live for. Let me guess. You wish to see other worlds. That shouldn't be too hard. After all, your new friends came from another world.
What?
But they had special help. That mysterious key. Now, cheer up, sweetie. You have something special, too.
Huh?
Now listen carefully.
Come on! Heal! Come on!
Alright, so we know Ursula has a problem with King Triton. So it's a safe bet that we should go back and check on the palace.
The keyhole they seek is somewhere in the palace. Now, my dear, if you can take me there without your daddy knowing, I can help you get to these other worlds you long for.
Alright, so we know that's not going to lead to anything good, so we definitely need to go back to the palace now.
The trident is mine at last, and I couldn't have done it without your help, my dear.
Ursula, no! I didn't want this!
Why not? Aren't you tired of following following your dear daddy's orders? Oh, yes. We had a deal, didn't we? Time for a little journey to the dark world of the Heartless.
We cannot find the keyhole. The keyhole is not here.
What? Why, we have company. I'm afraid you're a little late, handsome.
Daddy!
The trident. We must get it back.
Come on, let's go.
Wait, I'm going with you. My father is hurt and it's all my fault. I have to stop Ursula.
That's right. I'm right behind you, Ariel.
Ursula draws power from her cauldron. To defeat Ursula, you must strike her cauldron with magic. Well, that's pretty good to know, isn't it? Alright, let's save here. So it's been a little bit since we've saved. Alright. So let's go back to the sunken ship area and check out that rock with the creepy eel symbol on it. Oh, hello, Aqua Tank. So it looks like we got lucky this time around. The shark isn't back yet, so we can just go right over here. Isn't there something else you should be doing? Really? Okay, maybe the shark is here. Oh yeah, there he is.
Come on!
Alright, so now that the shark's gone, it should let us do this. Need some help? I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so another treasure in here, which I'm pretty sure is the last one. Alright, so we will save here, and now we're gonna go get that trident back. So instead of following the trident markings, we're just gonna follow the eel marking, and that's gonna take us right to the old witch. So Ursula has some interesting taste in home decor.
Your time has come!
Okay, so if you want to, you can just hit her with regular attacks. but it doesn't really do a ton of damage, and she's kind of bobbing around all over the place. What you want to do is target the cauldron and just start firing magic at it.
See ya!
I think you want to do whatever the colored ring around it is.
Fire! See ya!
Or we could try doing the opposite color.
Thunder!
There we go. Alright, so that just stunned her, so let's go over and do some damage. Because once you do this, you only have a limited amount of time to attack before she recovers. Let's go. We must get the trident back. Learn shared ability, Mermaid Kick. To swim faster or against currents, equip this and press B repeatedly. So it would be circle on the DualShock 4 controller. So let's equip that right now. Alright, so for this next fight, we're going to use some of the good items because this one can be brutal. Alright, so obviously Ursula got away, so we got to go figure out where she ran off to. The next boss fight is one of the main reasons I've spent so much time over-leveling, because even at reasonable levels for this point in the game, this fight's pretty rough. And I don't want to have to sit here and do it 5 or 6 times before I get it right. So let's head back to the save point. I'm pretty sure with the level I'm at right now, I should be able to just keep wailing on her and just heal as needed. But it's not a guarantee. Alright, so let's get out of here. So that's that Mermaid Kick ability right there. Lets you swim much faster. there's another way out of here we can use right now. Alright, so we are just going to swim right across here into the other alcove. Alright, so now I'll give Donald and Ariel some items. I just didn't want them to waste them because the AIs tend to go crazy using items when they have them. And we're not going to give them, like, good items either. Okay, so one other thing about this upcoming fight, one other thing about this fight coming up is if you use Arrow, it just makes her even stronger.
You pathetic fools! I rule the seas now! The sea and all its spoils bow to my power! Hey, not so fast! Get ready!
So the best thing you can do is just use the mermaid kick to get behind her and just start unloading with everything you've got. You want to try to stay behind her as much as possible, but, I mean, you know, you won't be able to stay back here the whole fight. So if you tap the Y button or the triangle button on the PS4 controller, it'll kind of like send your party members into overdrive and have them go crazy attacking.
Get ready for this! This won't be
Come on!
This won't be pretty! Get ready for this! This won't be pretty!
A lot of this fight too is just being comfortable with the mermaid kick ability, because it can be, if you're not really super comfortable with controlling it, like when to start and when to stop, it can be a bit of a pain. But this is actually going really good.
This won't be pretty!
Oh, yeah, watch out for that. She inhales and takes a bite out of you, but now she's done. Daddy, I'm so sorry. Please don't be angry with her. It's my fault. You followed Ursula because I wouldn't let you follow your heart. And when you found that crystal, I lost my temper and destroyed it. Oh yeah, why did you destroy it? That crystal held the power to reveal the keyhole. The keyhole is dangerous. I had to keep you away from it at any cost. Daddy, Keybearer, I have one more request. seal the keyhole. My trident also holds the power to reveal the keyhole. Will you do it? Of course, it's what we had in mind from the start. Where's the keyhole, Daddy? You should know better than anyone. It's in your grotto. Really? Sora, let's go, Yuck! Attain the power of thunder. Alright, so we got a thunder spell upgrade. And we got a page from Ansem's report. Alright, let's go seal that keyhole. And because we finished the world story, there won't be any Heartless kicking around until we leave the world and come back, which is pretty sweet. So we can just race right over to the keyhole and be done with this.
Tell me, Sora, your world, what's it like?
Oh, about that. Sorry for lying to you.
It's okay. Besides, if you can travel to other worlds, maybe I can too. So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday. I'll find a way, somehow. I'm sure of it.
Well, if you find it, do me a favor and leave me out of it.
This is from my collection. I want you to have it. Alright, so we got a new Keyblade. And we don't really need a high magic right now, so we still get 1 extra MP out of this, and then we get better strength, still enhances magic and summon power. So let's switch over to that one. Alright. Alright, so that is the end of our undersea adventure. So we are going to stop here for now. As always, thank you everybody for watching. I hope everyone is enjoying the journey so far. So we've defeated Ursula, she inked herself and faded into the darkness, and we have sealed another keyhole. So, like I said, in terms of story, once the keyhole is sealed, this world is safe from the Heartless. If you come back afterwards, there are still going to be Heartless there, because that would just make the gameplay really boring if there were no Heartless every time you seal the world. So, the next video is part 11, but since this was a redo, the next part that I'll actually be recording is going to be a little beyond that. So, hope you enjoyed this one. Go ahead and watch this and part 11, and I will see you guys next weekend with part 12. Thanks for watching.